on, Scorpio. Welcome back to the channel, Elevated Spirits. It's Jazi, your favorite Cali reader. So this is going to be your hidden messages reading. So as always, my readings are timeless unless otherwise specified. These in particular are, so I trust that when they come to you is when it is meant for you. There is a message here for you. However, these are general in nature, meaning that if they do not happen to resonate with you, keep in mind that it may not be your message this time. Otherwise, please leave the messages for those they are actually meant for, okay? What else? I hope y'all are doing well, doing your best to stay balanced and hydrated and in alignment, especially during all these planetary shifts that are going on. We're still feeling the energies of the new moon solar eclipse that we had on April 8th. From what I understand, eclipse energies typically last for about 6 months out into the future. So some of you still may be feeling the remnants of that. I know I am. So I hope y'all are doing your best to stay as balanced and, in alignment as possible during this time. It's not easy. We're all going through it in our own different ways. So yeah. So anyway, this reading in particular, I was guided to do this a little bit different than I normally do. For those of you that have been following my channel for some time, you know that I typically will start a reading reading the bottoms of the decks that I'm using. So this reading in particular, though, is reading just from the bottoms of the decks. So for me, that is where the hidden messages come from, is what's underneath the surface, what we may not be seeing, what we may not be aware of, privy to, or just simply don't want to look at, don't want to bother dealing with that this time. So that is what this reading is going to be about. So let's get into this. All right. So for my Scorpios, let me get these in view. All right. So first card out we have is All Tied Up, card number 23, which reduces to a 5. So some of you may be seeing 555. 23 may be 23. 23 could be a number of significance. And then we have Poised, card 48. Okay. And then we have card 7, Optical Illusions. Okay. And then we have the Hanged Woman, which is card 12, Major Arcana. So this is quite interesting, Scorpio. I feel like there's something that some of you are feeling stuck to. It's like, whether it's energy around you, like outside of you, or your own mind, that's making you feel that you can't get out of something, or you're tied or bound to something. But it's giving me this all tied up energy here is giving me 8 of Swords energy, okay? Where it's like your thoughts are imprisoning you, essentially, where your thoughts are creating a prison around your mind, making you think that something is what it is not, okay? And that's where I'm getting this optical illusion here card, this optical illusion energy here. So it's quite interesting because cornucopia is under that, yin and yang. And then we have the Hanged Woman here with the Fool. So it feels like there is a brand new beginning. There's a new start. There's a fresh perspective that I feel like is trying to come towards you. But there's this energy of needing to overcome whatever this tied up energy is. Okay, so like whether this is someone outside of you that's trying to make you feel like something you want to move towards won't work, or it's not for you, or no, don't move, stay here, type of energy. Be mindful of who you share your plans with, who you share your ideas with. Not everybody is on the same frequency. Not everybody wants what's best for you. Not everybody is in agreement or will be in agreement to what you want, that will make you most happy. Okay, so but if this is your own like internal energy, your own ego, not your shadow, your ego, those are two different entities within you, two different facets of yourself, that could be getting in the way here. Okay, that could be trying to make you overthink or question something, but it's like really a head trip. Okay, making you feel like you can't do this or you can't do that. It's a programming of some sort, whether it's from generational, like whether it's a generational thing, meaning from your bloodline, something that was passed down to you, or just based off your own experiences that have kind of like molded you into thinking that, well, because this experience happened, that it's always going to be like that. It's like something like that some of you are really being asked to release and allow yourself to experience something brand new. Okay, we have 2 major arcanas here back to back. It feels like this, whatever this new opportunity is, or whether it's like a shift in perspective, a new way of looking at something, it feels like it definitely has the potential to bring stability, bring more success. Okay, so whether this is a move or whether this is just a shift of perspective, letting go and limiting belief, an idea, a perception of some sort, it feels like it's about really needing to discipline yourself, to really focus on making this shift, okay? It's really about stepping into your power and allowing yourself to realize that I am the ultimate creator, co-creator of my reality. Therefore, I have all the tools I need to change anything, to transmute it, to essentially change water into wine, okay? So with this poise card though, all that glitters, see, it's like something with this, that these two are basically the same thing, two very different decks. It's giving me 7 of Cups energy, if you know what that is in the tarot, but it's like this confusion, illusory energy. It's like illusion, something's an illusion here, okay, that's making you feel stuck, tied, bound, okay? I feel like whatever that is, it's something that's, it's all in your mind. So there's an opportunity here to really allow yourself to, take a step back from a situation, okay, and really see it from an alternative perspective. Allow yourself to try at least to see whatever this might be for you that you may find yourself ruminating over, overthinking, overanalyzing, something that just keeps coming up and you can't seem to shake it. Whatever that might be for you, there's an opportunity here to take a step back from that and really shift your perspective. That's why she is, intentionally hanging herself upside down. And that's for her to really just be like, you know what, let me see if I could view this in a different way. Let me adjust my lens and see if I could change and, view this differently to where I can better understand it, where this can actually benefit me instead of, keeping me stuck, where I'm at, whether this has to do with your growth. Okay. For some of you, it is. It's like there's something that's, for some of you, it's something that's stifling your growth, and it hasn't, and it's not, it's like some of you may think it's one thing, but it's really something else. And that could be what the optical illusion is here, that it's something, it's one thing, not another. It's something like that. But, like I was saying with this poised energy, this is about being open to, when preparation meets opportunity. Okay. This is about being confident in what you're asking for, what you want, what you deserve, and knowing that when the time is right, when the opportunity is, divinely aligned, it will present itself. You just have to be ready for, to pick the right, be for the ripening, how do they say it? Basically be ready to pick the fruit when it's ripe. Okay. So basically when the opportunity presents itself, be ready to accept it, be ready to receive it. Okay. So it's interesting. It's a lot of this has to do with, something that's keeping you stuck, tied, or bound. And it feels like it could be definitely mental, something meaning in your thought process, the way you're looking at something, the way you're viewing something, or something that you keep thinking about, ruminating over, thinking about over and over and over again, whatever that might be for you. I'm not in your mind, I'm not in your head, so I don't know what that is. But it's something, I feel like for some of you, it's teaching you something. Okay. For some of you, you may feel like something is entrapping you, whether it's like, an idea that someone gives or something that someone says. And some of you may be kind of like finding yourself really overthinking it. For some of you, it's teaching you how to shift your perspective about that thing and see it from a different light. Okay. Or like I said, whether this is a situation, something like that, this is giving you an opportunity to really discipline yourself, to really master your emotions or master your thought process, because ultimately thoughts turn to things, right? So whatever you think about and, put a lot of focused intention on amplifies, whatever that is, positive or negative, it really doesn't matter. It's just, that's what karma is. It's cause and effect. So it's about the energy you put out is what's going to come back. So if you're constantly focusing on what's not working, why is this like this, or this should be like this, or I don't want to change, I don't want to grow, or I don't want to do this, whatever that is, it's ultimately stifling you in some type of way. But it feels like there is, a lot of fuck ton of abundance, Scorpio, that's trying to come to you. And this cornucopia can come in many different forms. It could be money, it could be love, it could be success, opportunities, wealth, whatever that is for you, right? There's an opportunity here to balance things, but it's important for you to really trust what your, the guidance that's coming through your crown chakra. Okay. It's really important for you to trust the downloads that you're getting at this time. And, like I said, even if it doesn't make sense, allow yourself to take a step back when you're guided to, and, shift your perspective. Even if you find yourself thinking about something over and over again, you really want to answer, you really want to see it, like, what does this mean? What does this mean? If nothing is coming to you, that's a clear sign to just say, you know what, let me take a step back from this. Let me just drop it for now and let me go do something totally different. And that is sometimes all you need. That releases the resistance, and then it brings in the solution, or brings in the clarity or the answer, whatever it is that you're looking for or needing to, see from a different lens. Okay. Whatever that is for you. So definitely feels like new opportunities. Okay. New beginnings, brand new starts are trying to come to you that are, stable, but it's a matter of you allowing yourself to shift your perspective about it to allow it in. All right. I hope that was helpful. And until next time, you guys, howdy. So Scorpio, I'm going to do you guys a part 2. You're literally the only sign that I've done this for. And the reason being is just because as I was, you know, finishing up, getting towards the end of your message, it just felt like there was more there that I wasn't able to uncover within 10 minutes, right? And so I want to dive in a little bit further for you guys, okay? So looking at, and I'm gonna tell you why, because when I was kind of like looking a little bit further underneath these cards here, I came across the Justice, which is Libra energy, but then I also came across 3 cards beneath Gavel, which is another sort of form of a Justice card. So for some of you, what this feels like is if there's something that, you know, some of you are feeling kind of like overthinking or feeling like something you were done wrong in a situation, or like something won't be made right on your behalf, it's like you're paying your karmic debts, it feels like, are being paid, okay? That's not going to be for all of you, so please take it as it applies. But some of you are really kind of like I said, overthinking something, overanalyzing something, and it's not, and it's like you're thinking it's one thing, thinking that you're still stuck or you're still in a situation, but it feels like a time lapse, like a time gap. You know what I'm saying? Like it's taking time for, you know, your physical vessel to catch up to the adjustments, to catch up to the change, or to catch up to the new timeline. Sort of like when you travel, right? And you're used to being on one type of time zone, and then you know, travel somewhere else and you're, you know, ahead 2-3 hours, right? It takes you a few days sometimes for our bodies to adjust to the time difference and not be thinking that it's your usual time zone when it's something else, because you've made that change, right? You've, you know, traveled. So for some of you, that's kind of like what this is about changing your state of being, your state of mind. No matter where you are, it's about disciplining yourself and trusting, you know, kind of like making the decision that things are going to be fair, things are going to go your way. And that's also what this Poise card talks about, is, you know, being confident in what's owed to you, like what's coming to you, the opportunities that are presenting themselves. This is being ready, being confident that, you know, things may not look how I feel like they should or how I think I want them to right now, but I'm trusting the process. I'm trusting that however things pan out is exactly how it's supposed to be for all involved. You know, it's like a fairness here, okay? Like balance is being restored in some type of way. So what it feels like is if it feels like for some of you, like for example, if you're waiting on, let's say, a solution to something, or you're waiting to hear a callback, or you're waiting for a particular opportunity to present itself, right? And it feels like, it's like, why is this taking so long, right? It feels like that's just giving you an opportunity for, it's like other things still need to be worked out behind the scenes, right? And that's where I feel like the karma comes in, where it's like the scales of justice have to be rebalanced. It's like things have to be brought back into balance first before this will present itself to you. So while that's happening, this is essentially giving you an opportunity to get your mindset together, okay? To really get out of whatever this is that some of you are feeling like you're tied or trapped or stuck in, right? Even if it's, like I said, a prison of your own mind, your own thoughts running rampant and, you know, making you think all these things, or, you know, scaring you, or making you fearful, or making you worry and anxious, you know, for no reason, okay? Like I said, for some of you, it's like, because something is unclear, it's like some of you are taking that as a sign of like, well, I must be doing something wrong. So it's, you know, it's kind of like, it feels like it's that. And that's where, again, where you're kind of being asked to, you know, take a step back from something, you know. And this could be also for some of you, 333 on the timer, this could be for some of you letting something go, okay? So for some of you, it's like there's a potential that something that maybe you're asking for or trying to, you know, be open to receive, it's ultimately going to stifle you in some type of way. And I feel like some of you, and that's why this is hidden, this is something you're not maybe really seeing, is, you know, there's something that you want, or something that you're trying to, you know, like an opportunity that maybe you're trying to go for, and it's like, you know, that maybe it may not be the right opportunity, okay? For some of you, if you're really strongly feeling like, you know, as bad as I want this thing, I may need to release it, I may need to let it go, and, you know, give myself an opportunity to start completely over, okay, in some type of way, you know, start over, you know, and really focus on my stability. For some of you, this has to do with money, maybe starting over completely with a career, a job. This could be, you know, romantic connection, because this also is a commitment card, right? So for some of you, this, you know, could definitely be talking about releasing some sort of commitment, because it was just there to teach you something. It was there as a, you know, as a, like a karmic debt, right? Because of some energy that we put out needed to return. And now that the, you know, the scales of justice are balanced, it's like now you can, you know, let that go and move forward, have this new beginning, have this new opportunity. Okay, that's going to be different for all of you, so please take it only as it applies. But yeah, feels like there's, you know, some of you are, you know, and like I said, so for some of you, this feels like it's very specific, but for some of you, this has to do with an opportunity, an offer of some sort, like meaning like a job offer or a collaboration, something like that. And for some of you, it may sound really good, right? Whatever they're offering you may sound really good, but for some of you, there's a need here to, you know, go ahead and be like, nah, I'll pass on that, because it isn't what it is. Like, not all is what it seems. There's something that is maybe not being revealed to you. Okay, for some of you, it's like it's only being offered, or maybe you're only considering it based on superficiality, based on, you know, what you think you're going to gain from it. Okay, it could be just for money, whatever that is, but it's like you're not going to be fulfilled. And for some of you, that is what the illusion is. Or it's like maybe the details of what exactly you're getting isn't really clear, and that should, for some of you, might be a red flag. And that could be why some of you are in this energy of feeling, you know, all tied up. For some of you, it's really wherever the offer is coming from is their way of trying to, you know, keep you stuck, tied, or bound, like into some type of contract, right? That's also what the Justice represents, is contracts. So for some of you, this has to do with some type of contract that some of you are being offered, okay, that you may not see, that there's more going on behind, you know, underneath the surface than you realize. So some of you are maybe being asked to, before you accept this offer, take a step back, shift your perspective about it, see how it really sits with your energy, with your spirit before you accept it, okay? Because some of you might find out that, you know, it's just better for me to just go ahead and let this go and go for something else, go for something totally different, totally brand new, in a whole different direction, okay? Like I said, that feels very, very specific, but for some of you, that is where this cornucopia is going to come in. For some of you, that is where this stability is going to come in, okay? This, you know, money, stability, material, wealth, whatever that is for you, where balance, another card of balance. I just forgot about that. So it's like 3 cards talking about here, fairness, justice, balance here, okay? So for some of you, it's like whatever you're maybe considering, it doesn't feel like you may get the fairness of it that you deserve, or that you think what's being told to you. It's like something is missing, okay? And especially given that we're Mercury retrograde, okay? Let me just say that. I just thought of that. We are in Mercury retrograde. That isn't over till April 24th, and then you have the shadow phase that lasts till I believe May 13th, somewhere around there, okay? So it's like, this is all about, you know, crossing your T's, dotting your I's, reading things more than once. Even if you normally read it 2 times, this is a period to read it 3 or 4 times. You know, if you can wait a little bit after, you know, Mercury retrograde before you make any major decisions, that might be, you know, feasible for some of you, but others, it's kind of like, don't let these, you know, the planetary shifts and things dictate your life. It's about being accountable and taking the proper precaution. That is what Mercury does. That is why Mercury goes retrograde in the first place, to get us to realize where we can work on our communication, where we can do a little better with paying attention to our details and getting things in order a little bit better for next time. Like, it's all about learning. It's not to punish you. And a lot of people take it as, and don't get me wrong, I used to be one of those too before I started, you know, learning more about it and gaining other perspectives, and then seeing like, oh shit, okay, I get it. So it's like when you find things going, you know, haywire with like your travels or your communication, your online stuff, online businesses, all those things, that is all Mercury. So those are all ruled by Mercury, I should say. So this is like, you know, Mercury is basically just, you know, helping you, essentially helping you. Where can I communicate better? Where can I, you know, be more on point with my communication, with my, you know, my dealings, my business dealings, whatever that is for you. Okay. So it's not to punish you, but it's just to help you, so you don't end up basically walking into a major loss because you didn't know, right? So I feel like, you know, that's kind of what this is. But, you know, it's always, you know, use your discernment. It's, you know, every decision, you have your own free will. It's up to you what you do with it. But I would just even ask your spirit team, you know, please give me discernment on whatever this is. You know, help me better see what I need to see, so I can make the proper decision for all involved, right? So you don't, you know, we don't rack up more karmic debt than, you know, we need to, especially if we're in that process of releasing that and paying it off and restoring balance in our life. Like, we don't want to accrue more than, like, why why do that to ourselves, right? But yeah, you know, be confident in knowing that things are working out the way they need to, the way they're supposed to. But it just feels like there may be a perspective shift that needs to happen here, or just a complete releasing in order to allow something brand new. So, all right, now I feel complete. So I hope that this part 2 was helpful. Like I said, you're the only sign I didn't score, but I was guided to, so there it is. So if you found value in that, please like, subscribe, share, follow, all that good stuff, and until next time.